Craft Beer Banter presents a Kingswood Studios production. Created and recorded at Dock Brewing HQ. You're listening to Yeah, Beer and That.
I think we have to start this again.
Do we have to?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we probably should.
Ready? Hello and welcome. This is definitely not the second time we've started this. Gentlemen, we're
missing someone.
We are.
who are we missing? You know, the Viking. Well, it's obviously the Viking.
Yeah.
I'm Chris. This is Yeah, Beer and That. We're in season 5 of our
10
Hate-
seasons.
Journey.
of our journey. One of the most hated podcasts in the western suburbs.
Why is that?
I don't know. Your Cameron Larkin does not enjoy the laugh that you produce on this show.
He's in the southern suburbs.
Is he in the southern? Does that count?
Yeah, southern.
Dover Gardens. Oh no,
He's in Brighton.
Right.
I'm in Bendover Gardens.
Yeah, no Luke tonight. He's still in Germany or somewhere.
He's so lucky.
Yeah, he does a lot of that, doesn't he?
He's so lucky.
I was trying to do some things and replace him with a bucket and those. I ordered those glasses that you wear when you go into sleep.
We could have done something.
They didn't come from Amazon.
course.
It's still in transit. I'm assuming it's actually at the PO box right now, but I know. So how are we going to replace Luke tonight?
I reckon we could MacGyver something together from some of the stuff that's sitting around this room
I've
right
got
now.
my phone. Should I just find some random sound bites?
What about
of
my
his?
ChatGPT idea from the last episode where we completely animate everything and we can just put him in post-edit?
I like that. I like that idea.
And we can just recycle some of his previous quotes from other episodes. Such as... You're lucky Luke doesn't listen to this.
He does go on about him not listening to any of these ever, so it's fantastic. So tonight we're going to be talking about, we've got 3 segments. The 3 segments as usual. There's some dark mild that I brewed to taste in the first segment. Our sipping beer tonight is a Saison DuPont, little throwback to episode 1 of season 5 where Andrew adamantly or vehemently,
Back to when, sorry?
we're hearkening
Threw
back
it all
to
the way
1
back
month
to a few weeks ago when we did the
Oh,
other
sorry. I
episode.
thought you said fucking season 2 or something.
No, where Andrew said that he enjoyed Saison DuPont and I said that you did not.
I don't remember ever.
The proof will be in the pudding tonight. Stay tuned.
It's a fantastic beverage. And I've got the big tall boy
I'll tell
from
you that.
our show's not sponsor, Carwin Cellars.
I'm about to sign up as well, and I'm getting a discount.
Are you?
Yes.
Because they're a
I
sponsor of
reached
the
out.
show? You have?
Yes.
Fantastic. How many times do we have to say Carwin Cellars this episode to keep the discount?
Just start tagging him in all of the social stuff.
Did you want me
They'll-
to crack that DuPont?
Yeah, go for it. We got some extra glasses. Pop the DuPont. If you please don't fire that
Is
at
that-
me.
is
'cause
that-
my eyes are already bad.
Is it French? What is DuPont?
Fact checker is Saison DuPont
DuPont?
French.
You said I wouldn't have to check any facts tonight.
It's
You know, you always have to check facts.
Oh, speaking of checking facts, you last episode with the lemon
I
rind.
don't know why. I
Oh,
was
is this
so
the
annoyed
zest
at
and the
that.
You
rind
was,
thing?
so adamant at me that the zest I was incorrect for the zest. And I actually wrote down the definition of zest. I didn't bring it. I should have. Fantastic. So I've got to use the fact checker more.
Smells like
today,
arse.
is what I'm saying.
Save it for segment 2. Oh, wait, no, this is a sipping
That's a
beer.
sipping beer. So we're going to have Saison DuPont as a sipping beer. Segment 1, we're going to go through the homebrew dark mild. I'll give you the recipe. This was actually judged at a homebrew competition. It got an honourable mention because it came 4th, I'm assuming. But,
Oh, you're full of
no,
it.
Jeez, I got to...
pretty.
Do you drive again?
Yeah.
What?
Yes,
You
I
used to
know.
ride a bike.
Yeah, the tyres are flat, though. I don't know how to fix the front one. Something's going on there.
So are my car tyres.
Why don't you just get an Uber?
Nah. If I do it this way...
He likes to drive drunk.
Yeah. All right, let's
It's
start
more
again.
fun than someone else driving.
So segment 2, we'll go through. We'll get there eventually. I've got some Keith's. Let me know what that is. Keith's special bitter, and the reason.
Have you fucking done it again? Is this a dark mild?
No, it's not. And no, but there's a reason. Because the 10 fast facts tonight are going to be on not only dark mode, but party guiles and what a party guile is. And
I didn't do that.
I thought we talked about this when I was at the Waterworld. Did we not?
Yeah, we did. But
Waterworld?
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
No, I was doing a building
We
inspection.
weren't at Waterworld.
It is called
I didn't
Waterworld.
do it.
Okay, well, I can maybe fill in some 10 fast facts about party guiles.
Yeah.
Did you have some about Dark Mode?
Yeah, I've got some about that.
Well, that ruins this.
I
Again,
remember when I
I've
got
fucked
here,
up
you
the
said party
commercial
guy, and
brew.
I said never heard of that, and then I forgot we had that
Oh, yeah.
conversation.
No, because that was what we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay. So, no, I don't have a dark
I
mode.
have been drunk for like 4 days, so it might be part of the
Do you
problem.
maybe have a best bitter that you brewed that we could sub in? God, what's happening to my voice?
I've got a lot of. If you have a look on my
No,
wall,
we'll make it work. We've
make it
done
work.
this before.
Segment 3 is the duds. Duds, what have you got planned for segment 3 for us?
A bit of a wild card tonight. I've had some beers that have been sitting in my fridge, taunting me for quite a while, and I've been like, I need a special occasion to actually go through and do it. And I think tonight is the
special?
night. I know. My standards for special are really,
This
are
is
really
special.
good.
This
is
special.
We
Of
are
course it's
making-
special.
No, it was a question. I wasn't a
Special
statement.
Of course it
memories.
is.
But I agree that it is.
I've talked about
It's
that the podcast makes a normal day a special day. Because
But
on
yeah,
this day,
on
we're
the
doing
topic of
Except
how
the next day sucks.
that's why we do them on Sundays, baby.
Yeah,
Man, if you've gone 4 days in a row,
hey, we
you
all
might
work
as
at
well,
council. We'll all take a wage tomorrow, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yeah, that's in place of brew busters because I'm also very poorly prepared for brew busters.
I
tonight,
have a
so
brew
I'll
busters if you want.
do it,
Okay,
please.
I've got a brew busters for tonight. Fantastic.
Please.
Well,
No, I
that's
want
the show.
Kogler to do it.
Yeah, I'll do this one.
How about you tell me the one you're thinking of, and I'll come up with a clue and see how close it was
Yep.
to yours.
Okay. We also have a winner from this week's
You
last
are
month.
joking. I need to apologise
I actually
as well.
found that the easiest ever because I didn't
Yep.
think we'd say it and you jumped in, but I got it instantly, which
I think I've
It's
used
normally
that
my
one before in a
repertoire.
You
previous
did.
season.
Andrew told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've used the Moondog,
Yep.
which is what that we'll go back to after. Anyway, should we get cracking with this dark malt? Have you? I've got the boys a couple of 750ml PETs, and I've got my new filing system for my recipe. So I used to use like a folder.
Is that a manila folder?
I've got manila folders because the reason is I have like every iteration of like what I do with the beer. Not every iteration, like everything that I do with the beer. So if I change the recipe slightly, I've got my brew day recipe and notes. And then if I put it into a couple of different competitions, I put in what competition it was in and what category and da-da-da-da-da. And then all of the
fucking rain.
brew notes. Yeah, so I've got to do, I do that for my beers. You said that already with the,
know.
so the
Why have you
dark
got
malt.
service tags and everything as well?
I said this, but being in the industry as well, it's actually a really good idea.
So
Okay.
'Cause
I use
they're very
test and
good.
tag tags on
Yeah.
my
Okay.
beers because they not only do they
I saw you have one in the folder as well. I'm like, what the fuck is going on right
that's
now?
So I know what I actually wrote the beer as because sometimes I make 2 or 3 steam ales, right? So if I've got this steam ale at 3.6% on the 22nd of the 2nd,
Wait, you have a folder for every beer?
every single beer. So this is beer number 115. How do other people call in?
Digitally.
I know, but I like to keep a hard, which is exactly the opposite. Exactly the opposite of me in real life. Should I go through the recipe? Have you poured yourself a glass?
Yeah.
All right, the recipe.
We're ready to rock and
Yours
roll.
Right,
looks
nice one.
blacker than ours. What's going on there? I thought we had poured possibly the wrong
Isn't
beer.
that your...
No, this is it.
Yeah, that looks about the same. You're in a very different glass.
Yeah, it's a
as
very
well.
different glass, but yeah, that color is substantially
It's a
different.
bit brown.
Dad's dick.
So the dark mild, I had this was actually a 20-liter batch. I put all of it into bottle, so we get the extra 0.5% ABV because it's bottle conditioned roughly. It was a 3.6% ABV, so these will be 4.1s. 1037 OG, 10009 FG. It's just got some Marisota, some Crystal 150 and American chocolate for the grain bill, some Fuggles and East Kent Goldings for the hops. The Fuggles were used at 60. The East Kent Goldings were at 10. And I used Safal English Ale Yeast SO4 to finish this one off. It hit all of the marks. It was a 70% efficiency, so I got the exact OG and FG as per the recipe.
Well done.
Very good.
No, it's just more dialing in your kit.
Yeah, you
doesn't really
get
matter.
a star.
And this one was brewed on the 2nd of February, cold crashed on the 16th. The yeast was pitched on the 3rd and bottled on Sunday, the 22nd. So it sat 6 days at about 1 degree just because I lost time to actually get the bottles and clean the bottles and do the thing, and got 19 litres into bottle.
Do you not keg anymore?
I do keg, but the kegs are still in my keezer at the bottom, and they've got about 3 litres in each keg, so I just have to empty them all and do all of that.
Sounds like a successful brew day.
Yes, this was on I used the Digiboil and brew in a bag, basically.
Do you find your efficiency is different since you've switched to that, or not really?
Much less,
Yeah.
much worse. So I used to brew in like a 3-vessel system, and I would basically Vorlaf through the mash tun, through and hold the temperature through an urn, and then Vorlaf over the top of my mash. It would clear the wort and would improve my efficiency a lot. My sparge was also a batch sparge. Now I'm fly sparging just to get the level before I boil. And yeah, my efficiency's gone from about an 85 to about a 70.
Yeah.
Is that typical for you as well?
For an all-in-one, that's what I found.
What is that? Is it just we're
I
not
don't know.
extracting as much? We're not.
I honestly don't know. I think this is why Luke and I have sometimes struggled when we've adapted recipes and we haven't perhaps been watching our efficiency as closely, because I feel like we're always unders on our OG, like just because we're not getting the conversion that other people probably are who are writing the recipe maybe. But yeah, it like you say, it's something you figure out as you go anyway, but it does feel weird when you say, oh, you're only getting 70% as good as what you potentially could, because that's...
You know what though? That's only been on my 20-litre batches. When I've done like 5-litre batches, my efficiency has been much higher.
Yeah, it must be something in the sparging.
Yeah. Hello? That's okay for now, buddy. Thank you very much. Thank you, mate. They so desperately want to be in here. Wherever Dad is, that's where they want to be.
Yeah.
Well, there's our solution for replacing Luke. We can get Charlie to sit still at the
Be
end
our
of the table.
personal chef.
Yeah.
So this was entered into the summer comp for the SABC, the 2026. It was the English versus Australian beers. I went basically all English. And this one was a 40 out of 50.
That's good.
So it got the honourable mention because it's still, even though it was a 40 out of 50, it did not hit the podium for the
Wow.
English beers.
Is that a fourth?
Wait,
I got fourth, yes.
across
Yeah.
all categories?
No, for English, that got fourth. But my English, I got the Golden Boy got gold. And the Dark Mild got the honourable mention, which is fourth.
Right.
So I'm guessing it got third with whoever that was, and they did the count back on. This one got pipped out of third into fourth place.
Yeah,
Honourable mention.
Yep.
But I want you guys to do like the tasting and a overall impression of this, and let me know what you think. And then I have some notes here from the brew competition. If
I need to fill up
Were
my
your
glass 'cause
scores
you talk
consistent
so much. I drank
across
most
all your
of it.
judges?
yeah, between only 4 marks, higher or lower.
How many judges would there be?
There's 3.
Okay.
That's pretty normal, right? You get 3 people to do every...
I love the aroma on this. I fucking love it.
Marisota, dark chocolate malt, and
Crystal 150.
Crystal 150.
There's nothing. It was such a simple recipe too.
I kind of like that about this style. It's
Yeah.
just...
We've done this one a few times as well.
Yeah.
This was like, you know, some beers with this is our first time we enter it, tastes about right. This is like a 3rd or 4th iteration between us, like the crew of 4 of us who do some brewing.
Yeah.
I adapted one of the old recipes, just tweaked it slightly.
I remember when Luke and I made this the first time and we were like, oh, we're not holding high hopes for this. So that's when we tried like the lavender and the orange or whatever we did. And we
lavender
never
dark
kept much
malt.
of the original, thinking it was just going to be a watered down stout. This is really good. We probably shouldn't have done that.
No, definitely not. And that's because people don't know. This is the other thing we talked about last episode about the everyman's beer or the, you know, whatever. We had the steam ale, which was actually known as the everyman's beer. Now we have the dark mild, which is the English everyman's beer. This is the, you know, the dregs of the party goals, as we'll explain later. So, what are you getting on the aroma?
I'm loving, well, to begin with, I'm loving the head. It's sort of cappuccino-y for mine.
That color, yeah.
That color. Really tight bubbles.
It's
Really tight, which I wasn't expecting to be so tight.
I get
Yeah,
chocolates.
lots of
I
chocolate.
get,
Yeah, I was going to say chocolate and
like
some
a hot bitter
on the nose.
aroma
Yeah.
on the nose.
Yep, with that sort of rye bread, that dark bread,
Mm.
chocolate and dark bread on the nose.
Super thin,
Um,
though.
Yeah.
Do you find that? Like it's,
to taste,
yes.
give me a second.
Yep. If you're going to have 10 beers, this is one that you could have.
Yeah.
So it's so sessionable, isn't it?
That's so, yeah.
And
bang
in my
on.
glass, it's an extremely dark brown. In yours,
Yeah, I know
it's
what's
a light
happening there.
brown. But,
I find, what's in your glass more visually appealing.
and what you'd expect, I guess. Lovely,
Yeah, I love
lovely,
this, Chris.
lovely
This is-
flavour.
This is really good.
I got some extra bottles, mate. If you need
nice.
to take
So
some.
I've got to know,
Grandma's biscuit.
where are your losing marks on this?
I'll tell you. So 40 for everyone.
He's just opening
playing
his
it-
laptop to get out.
Everyone playing at home.
It's got the personal assistant filing.
A 40 is, exemplifies the style, requires minor fine tuning. So this
Yeah.
is basically a perfect example of the style with a few minor tweaks. It was 9 out of 12 for aroma, 3 out of 3 for appearance, 16 out of 20 for flavour, 4 out of 5 for mouthfeel, and 8 out of 10 for overall impression. Overall impression is normally where they give you this is what it is and this is how you improve it. A refreshing, well-balanced beer could benefit from a slight increase in complexity or flavour, but aroma and mouthfeel very good. So to get it into that next category that gives it a medal or a gold, I just have to make it more complex. And I guess when we explain what a party goal is when you use one batch of grain
When we explain it,
and
jump here it comes.
and you make multiple batches of beer from first running, second runnings, third runnings, fourth runnings. So I didn't do that. I made a beer, a really light, easy drinking beer with one batch of grain. So if I was to do it at party goal style, perhaps that'd give me that complexity that they're after. This was temperature controlled, the ferment. Like I couldn't have done much different to make it a better, cleaner beer, except, so it's obviously now to the point where I've got to tweak the recipe to get some more complexity. So knowing that, how do you make this more complex?
That's what I'm thinking.
I just want to ask a question on fermentation. You said, what temperature do you ferment at?
17 or 18. I can't remember exactly.
And then you had it at 1 degree cold crash for 6 days.
6 days.
Which was purely just because you ran out of time? Like how?
Yes, I was
would
supposed
you
to do
have
it the
done
next
one
day.
or two? Or
No, I normally do 1 day. So I normally cold
that's
crash
what I
for 1
thought.
day
So
and then rack off.
and that wouldn't have changed anything
Not really, no.
doing that. Long.
If anything, keeping it cold for that long
Could have helped it.
could have helped.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
It was just a long period for when I thought it was
Yeah.
normally 1 day. 6 is quite a lot, but
Yeah, well-
I didn't think it'd make any difference.
keeping it on
Thought I'd
the
ask.
yeast for that long, I guess, could affect it, but it didn't affect it obviously negatively.
No,
Um,
and I wouldn't have, had a complication with the complexity of the beer. Hence why you didn't medal, for example. That wouldn't have been.
I think I needed to change the recipe. It's the grain
Yeah.
bill's easy, the hot bill's easy, and I've used SAF yeast. I could change the yeast. That might use some London Ale yeast or something instead of.
Do you know what it tastes like?
Tell me.
I love it's nutty. It's like almonds.
Yeah.
You know when you chew up a heap of almonds, dark like roasted almonds. That's what I get from that.
I've been drinking a lot of Guinness lately, and I think there's a big misconception about how strong Guinness is, and I've been like smashing.
It's not
them.
that strong.
No, everyone seems to think it's a big stout, whatever.
We were
But
talking about
like
that the other day, weren't we?
the mouthfeel, the
Depends on
texture
something.
is kind of like the second half of drinking a Guinness, but it doesn't have like the roast barley, like full astringent kind of stouty bitterness to it.
Maybe a bit of that then.
Yeah, and that's the only thing that I'm thinking, like, surely the style doesn't want it to be too out there from like a yeast or hop kind of.
You get what it says on the tin here. I
Yeah,
feel
like-
like the other thing is I know we're picking it apart, but it did get a 40 as
Fuck
well.
yeah.
They have said that this is a perfect style, basically, with some minor fine tuning. I've never seen a 50 beer, and if you're
Yeah.
getting anything between above 30,
30, yeah.
the beer's pretty good.
Yeah.
So it's hard to
having drank a lot of your beer before, this is probably
Yeah.
one of the like top echelon
Mate,
beers
I
I've
was-
had.
I appreciate
over
I
all
was
this,
just,
like-
I was actually just
Thank
thinking
you.
that, Duds, that this is
Like
as
said,
close as to that I think you've brewed, which all different styles. But I mean, like, if you cracked me a commercial account and asked me to taste which was home brewed, I wouldn't be able to tell.
That's
for sure.
amazing.
absolutely.
Drinking that, I'm
absolutely.
like, that's not a home brew.
Yeah.
that tastes like a
And that's why, like, when I'm
a
thinking
commercial
about,
beer.
you know, that big mouthful that I had when I started, I'm like, oh, that could pass for anything I'm drinking out of a can or off tap at a pub like that.
Loving
is
the nutty
so good.
chocolate, like,
Yeah.
Well, boys, I've got a lot of it in
Bitterness,
bottles. I take
lovely.
it home and drink it.
I will fucking.
I want to share it and for people to
I'll
enjoy it.
enema
That's really
myself with it.
amazing. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
I will let you know that it did get beaten by styles that were maybe more. Where are they? Sorry.
Oh, so that was my question. I was like, surely this wasn't the fourth best dark mild that went up in the
No.
English. So that's across all English
All,
categories.
all
Your-
English
this was-
categories. So my beer, my golden ale, won. It got a gold, and that got like a 46 or something. Like it was ridiculous. I've got a few of those too if you need. Second place was another dark mild. I didn't get to taste that one, but third was a British strong ale. So that's that for fourth to come in and against a British strong ale and another dark mild to be up there. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. That's I'd love it to improve. I'd love every beer I make to be a gold medal beer, but it's also that tastes.
It's kind of like the
to me.
5-star rating in CBBR. That it's
I just
kind of
don't-
like once you get there, is it all it's cracked up to be?
And
This
if
is
you compare
great,
this
Chris.
to
This
the
is
golden,
so good.
no,
It's
thank you, mate.
really, really good.
I really appreciate that from you guys as well because you're the people I
I just
make
don't want
beer
it to
for.
end. I just want to buy cartons of this. You know, that's what I
Yeah.
feel like, especially in the wintertime, once I've got my heaters cranking outside where I'm nice and warm, fire this stuff. Really nice segue into what we had off tap yesterday, the Southwark Stout. You know, that'd be
We had
like
some Southwark.
the
Yeah.
next after. You know, like this is a great
Absolutely.
dark, light style that you can drink a lot of, being sessionable.
I'm really glad that you
What
guys
did
like
you
it.
say it was? 4%?
3.6, so it'll be
3.6,
4.1 because
wow.
it's bottle
Oh,
conditioned.
yeah, that's still
For that,
still sessionable.
those sort of areas, you're not getting cheated on the flavour
No,
and the
that's
mouthfeel,
why I like
and
That's you're spot
it's
on.
bloody good.
You're fucking spot
And
on.
I think the difference when we made our dark mild and talking about brew house efficiency before, like ours was a little bit watery and it was like not having that sort of depth that yours has. So
Mate, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you, boys. That's and I'm just really glad that you like it. That's
I'd like to share this with other people.
I have. You can take home some bottles tonight. Or I'll
That'd be
keep
good.
some bottles. I got like if you see that shelf up there, mate.
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'm blinded by the
my
blinded by
retinas.
the I'm blinded by the porn light.
I'll try and show the camera at least a little bit, but it's
This is
Yeah.
kind of what blows my mind about drinking culture as you go to different parts of the world. This is your like everyman's beer. Is like, oh yeah, that's an absolute ripper. If you put that up against like the Australian, New Zealand
golden.
everyman's
yeah.
beer, like this is
We don't live in the correct place, do we, for beer?
and like when you say as well, like if this is the everyman's beer and it's essentially a waste product from them making other beers. Like,
Are you talking about
is-
this being at everyone's product in?
England.
Yes, in Europe.
Yeah,
That's what you mean. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is their Great Northern.
are we sure?
Yes.
I propose an idea.
road trip.
We take this international.
Paid for by Carwin
Would
Sellers.
Would Carwin
Absolutely.
Sellers like to have this done in Europe?
I'm not flying economy.
No,
That's
we
right.
can't.
Okay,
Well, we might have to.
Put us on a
You know what
boat.
the other thing was?
Luke
though?
will be in because he's so big
Yeah,
to put him somewhere else.
Luke's got to
Hanging
travel
us
in the
another
hole
seat.
of the.
Buying a dark mild as well, though, I couldn't get one here.
Now, here's the thing: you're supposed to drink this fresh, like, and you're talking about like the conditioning time and how long it sits in the fridge. Like dark mild, when we were doing our recipe development, is like you got to get into it straight away.
Yes, you're supposed to.
So I don't know if you try, next competition, you're working backwards to be like, all right, I want you guys to have this literally as it's being conditioned, minimal time.
That would have been pretty close.
I
actually.
mean, yeah, like that timeline was bang on already. But like that is also the reason that I don't think many people will package and sell dark mild around the world, is because a 3% beer is not going to age
Well,
very well.
No.
So probably something in that. But
Yeah.
I just find it
That is
very very polarizing to think about, you know, the everyman's beer from different countries, and you know, it's
I just know a couple of people that are going to love this.
fantastic. No, give it to them and let them
Like
know.
older lads that.
I love how the head on your glass is like got that where you've been sipping as well. You've got like the wave
Blah, blah,
where
blah,
you've
blah,
gone
blah.
to, yeah.
Yeah.
The nuttiness is not something I picked out before, if I'm being honest with you. So it's really good. I like that description. Yeah, I love that
You often have
descriptor.
roast almond, you know, like
No.
go to Charlesworth's. I get their nuts a fair bit, and expensive nuts are quite expensive roasted. A plug for a South Australian business.
trust me, once they come on as a sponsor, we won't be paying for nuts anymore.
But if you're in Marion area, you can go to their factory direct seconds. Get yourself some dark roast almonds with this. Yeah, lovely. Do it.
Fantastic. Oh, I will. That's our food recommendation. That's going to be coming on every follow-up podcast, by the way.
We're going to start cooking on the show.
By Charlie.
Yeah, by Charles, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I should have asked for some roasted almonds when he was
The nose
offering.
is another one that's, look, because I've had a few of these, but like I haven't been drinking excessively on my own here. The nose is complex to me. It is the flavour that lets it down in that area. But again, I think it just hits the mark. Like I was pretty happy when I was delivering this. I was like, of all the beers that I was putting in, this was the one that I was like, this is going to do well.
I don't know. If you got a Tim Tam and covered it in, you know, a coffee Tim Tam chocolate biscuit, melted it in a pot, you get that?
I sniffed the
You
microphone.
did, yeah. It's gonna smell like your breath.
No, not yet.
Like Tonton Stones.
Tonsil stones.
Yeah, I am blown away how good that is for such a low
Nothing,
ABV
yeah.
beer.
You agree with me on the aroma?
Yes. It's that chocolate malt, mate, as well. And this is the thing, we've got to
Chocolate
plug
Coffee.
SA Brew Supplies in Theban. Was it John?
Yep.
This is all his. I go there for all of my like everything homebrew, and all of the stuff is fresh. He does all of my milling for me. You are losing the plot. What's going on?
Great. He's such a good supplier of.
He is fantastic.
Yep.
I spent too much time there, and
yes, I went there.
all
recently.
of I'd love to email him and be like, I have 4 or 5.
Do you reckon he
liter-
listens?
No.
Oh,
No.
This would be. I'm thinking marketing, growth, strategy.
we're going to
this
get
would
free
be
grain and hops, or discounted. Let's say we're not going to ask for free because that's right.
free travel
Rude.
paid for by Carwin.
Fly
Wouldn't
us
this
to
just be
England.
great background listening for when you're in SA
What
Homebrew
if-
Suppliers? Just
what
run
if-
this on a loop
Absolutely.
over and over.
Yeah. What if I wonder if there's an English podcast with 4 degenerates that would, like, are similar. Like
And
a,
they're
like
like
a
brewed
bro-
at
like,
Grant
there's like
Northern.
I had a pen pal when I
There's
was a
a
kid
good
in
one.
England.
But it's just the one guy. I don't know. Can't think of what he's called. But, you know, collaboration is.
And if they wanted to collab, but we would go there.
I'll leave
maybe
that
we
to
could
you.
all jump into Luke's cupboard and do it over Zoom.
Yeah.
That's still my favourite.
But
I don't think I've laughed as hard since.
you know, every time I go to his house and I go past that room, I just think of him like bundled up in there. Like
Sorry.
the refresh
enormous, isn't
rate of 1 hertz.
COVID. COVID
What a
times.
time, man.
Well, we've got a hunter virus coming up now, so that's
The
the
fuck's
next
a
one.
hunter virus?
You haven't seen the whole.
Oh,
There's
man.
a legitimately another cruise ship.
I saw the
Where
cruise ship.
people have gotten
where
hunter
people-
virus.
from the rats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I saw that. A few died. Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
not supposed to like be able to transmit that person to person, and they have transmitted person to person. And they've still sent them back to mainland Australia.
They have, but they must isolate for 72 days. It's something ridiculous.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
whatever it is.
No, I was all over that. I didn't know it was
Oh,
called hunter. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
called hunter.
hunter virus.
Yeah, that was
got a
on
really
the,
high mortality rate, so that's fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
get the
we
boomers out of
digress.
those houses, you know.
Tried with
When are
COVID,
we going to
didn't
unpack the budget as well? Is that coming in one of the segments? Or? No,
Yeah,
we'll
because
leave
we
that
all,
alone. Yeah.
because we all have so many investment properties to worry about.
Should we wrap up segment 1? We'll have a
On
talk
that
about
note,
Saison
yeah.
Dupont next segment. But no, thank you, boys. That's fantastic. I'm glad you like the dark mild. We'll do a Jerry Springer final thoughts from you two.
I think what else did they go through? It's lovely. It's great. You scored well. What else could you do really apart from your runnings that you talked about?
I'd brew it the same again. I wouldn't really change anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. Fuck that.
This would very easily work its way into my regular rotation once I've got the brewery and tap system up and running again. Like, I think it just appeals to so many different people. And like, even if you had, 3 or 4 taps, having this as an option, I think any time of the year, any occasion, like, it's just a very well-made beer that
I followed the recipe too. Didn't deviate. Like I
Good boy.
normally do.
ended up putting an extra 20 grams of Northern Brewer in at the start.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone disliking this except my wife.
Fantastic. Let's come back
Well
to
done.
segment 2.
I need to smoke.